In this podcast episode, Mel Robbins interviews Dr. Rhonda Patrick, who shares research-backed insights on how simple lifestyle changes can profoundly improve health, longevity, mood, and resilience. The conversation covers the most effective types of exercise, the significance of quality sleep, strategies to combat harmful visceral fat, essential nutrition, including a daily smoothie recipe, and the role of key supplements, all aimed at helping listeners improve their well-being without overwhelm or complexity. Dr. Patrick begins by emphasizing that people don't need to follow dozens of health hacks. Instead, focusing on a few core behaviors influences multiple biological processes that contribute to better mood, reduced inflammation, improved metabolism, cardiovascular and brain health, and ultimately, healthier aging. The foundational pillars include daily movement with vigorous exercise, nutritious eating, and prioritizing good sleep, all of which are supported by robust scientific research accumulated over decades. A major paradigm shift Dr. Patrick invites listeners to consider is replacing the popular but arbitrary goal of 10,000 steps a day with just 10 minutes of breathless, vigorous intensity exercise. She explains that this shift is supported by recent, rigorous studies using accelerometers showing that short bursts of exercise that push you to the point where you can only say a few words without pausing, i.e., breathless, deliver exponentially greater reductions in all-cause mortality compared to longer durations of moderate or light activity. For example, 1 minute of vigorous exercise equals 4 minutes of moderate exercise and a staggering 53 minutes of light activity in reducing mortality risk. The breathless exercise can be personalized based on fitness level, walking fast uphill, climbing stairs, running, doing bodyweight squats, or playing actively with children can all count. These brief exercise snacks accumulate throughout the day and produce benefits comparable to traditional gym workouts. Dr. Patrick urges listeners who feel overwhelmed or short on time that 3 minutes of breathless activity after each achievable target is an achievable target that yield 40% reduction in cancer-related mortality and even greater reductions in cardiovascular and overall mortality. Dr. Patrick details numerous bodily adaptations triggered by vigorous exercise. It creates shear stress on blood vessel linings, enhancing nitric oxide production that improves arterial flexibility and cardiovascular health. The lungs and muscles respond by improving oxygen delivery and strength, building a critical reserve that supports function and independence in older age. Additionally, challenging your muscles and pushing through physical discomfort builds mental toughness and resilience that translate into a greater ability to cope with psychological stresses in daily life. The neurochemical processes activated during this discomfort include the release of dynorphin, which makes exercise feel challenging, and subsequent upregulation of opioid receptors that increase sensitivity to endorphins. This cycle not only helps to alleviate physical discomfort in future efforts, but also amplifies the pleasure derived from everyday positive experiences, making life feel easier overall. The conversation then shifts to visceral fat, deep abdominal fat surrounding organs like the liver and kidneys, distinguished from pinchable subcutaneous fat. Unlike inert fat stores, visceral fat is metabolically active and acts like an endocrine organ producing inflammatory molecules that cause chronic immune activation and fat-related insulin resistance. This persistent inflammation drains energy, causes fatigue, triggers blood sugar crashes, and promotes cravings for processed foods, all of which increase the risk of cardiometabolic diseases and certain cancers. Dr. Patrick stresses that visceral fat can be present even in individuals who appear lean, and that waist circumference provides a practical indicator to assess risk. The good news is that visceral fat is also the first fat lost during weight loss efforts. High-intensity interval training and vigorous exercise are particularly effective in reducing it, often before changes become visible on the scale. Sleep quality also plays a crucial role, as sleep deprivation rapidly increases visceral fat accumulation. Psychological stress exacerbates this, while exercise helps buffer the body's stress response, highlighting the importance of holistic lifestyle management to reduce harmful fat. Dr. Patrick highlights that chronic sleep deprivation may undermine health improvements and promotes visceral fat gain. She advises auditing key sleep behaviors, such as getting 7.5 to 9 hours of quality sleep, obtaining bright light exposure soon after waking to reset the circadian clock, having consistent wake times, avoiding eating within 3 hours of bedtime to prevent disrupted restorative sleep, and minimizing alcohol consumption before bed, which impairs REM sleep and causes night awakenings. These simple but often overlooked factors are foundational to regulating metabolism, hormone production, immune function, and cardiovascular health. Dr. Patrick shares her daily smoothie recipe as an efficient way to meet the recommended intake of 4 to 5 servings of fruits and vegetables per day. Her smoothie is built around multiple cups of kale, a source of lutein and other vital micronutrients for eye and brain health, and blueberries rich in anthocyanins that improve cognition across age groups. She avoids bananas in the smoothie because banana enzymes reduce polyphenol availability of blueberries, replacing them with avocado for creaminess and to boost absorption of lutein and other carotenoids by fourfold. Protein powder is optionally added, especially on busy days, to reach daily protein intake targets. Her smoothie also includes beta-glucan, a prebiotic fiber from barley shown to lower LDL cholesterol and reduce accumulation of harmful forever chemicals in the body. The recipe stresses using glass or metal blenders to avoid microplastic contamination and encourages small tailored changes that maximize nutrient density and health benefits while being simple to prepare. Beyond the smoothie, Dr. Patrick highlights the importance of dietary patterns that support longevity. These include eating 2 servings per week of fatty fish rich in omega-3s, consuming whole grains, limiting red meat to 12 to 18 ounces weekly, and avoiding processed meats almost entirely. Reducing sodium intake, commonly high in ultra-processed foods and restaurant meals, is also essential. Sugar-sweetened beverages and even fruit juices are discouraged in favor of whole fruits because fiber modulates glucose absorption. This dietary approach aligns with a robust body of evidence linking these factors to reduced incidence of cardiovascular disease, diabetes, cancer, and cognitive decline. Dr. Patrick recommends 5 evidence-backed supplements to fill common nutritional gaps. Omega-3 fatty acids, 2 grams per day to achieve optimal blood levels. A multivitamin tailored to individual doses. Vitamin D, 4,000 IU per day given widespread insufficiency. Magnesium, around 250 to 50 milligrams per day for metabolic and sleep benefits. And creatine, 10-gram day split before and after workouts. Creatine benefits muscle energy replenishment, enhancing exercise capacity, and also crosses into the brain at higher doses, where it supports cognitive performance and buffers against stress, such as sleep deprivation. She notes that creatine's benefits accumulate over weeks as muscle stores saturate, underscoring the importance of consistent supplementation for exercise and brain health. When asked what the single most impactful lifestyle change is, Dr. Patrick is unequivocal. Engaging in 10 minutes of breathless, vigorous exercise daily through exercise snacks or dedicated movement is the highest priority. This achievable commitment triggers numerous biological adaptations in multiple body systems, dramatically improving health outcomes and enhancing quality of life. Her parting encouragement reminds listeners that they can implement these changes, that they should do so, and that they will feel better and more resilient once they begin.